Top gun working right now for the RNC when it comes to the man is Sean Spicer, and he's working with the transition team. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So what about Lieutenant General Michael Flynn?
Well, he's an outstanding individual, very well qualified, the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency. So
he's been offered the job.
Well, look, nothing's official until you hear it come out of Donald Trump's mouth. That's how this administration works. He is the ultimate decider. But he has surrounded himself with people like General Mike Flynn, with people like Congressman Mike Pompeo from Kansas, and General Kellogg and General Mrs. Alqua. There's a ton of these folks, top flight, top quality people, not just in the military, but in all of national security, whether people in the intelligence community and foreign affairs. He had Henry Kissinger in yesterday, someone he's known for a long time. He has continued to surround himself with the best and the brightest in this country to make sure that on day one, after he takes his hand off that Bible, that this country moves forward to enact his agenda.
Sean, what about Mitt Romney? They are going to meet this weekend. That's been confirmed. Secretary of State, possibly?
I think the first thing they're going to do is have a conversation. And what I think that meeting shows, as well as the meeting with Ted Cruz and others, is that Donald Trump is not looking at someone's political, affiliation, whether they support him or not. He wants the best, the brightest, qualified people to not only fill his administration, but to give them advice on the policies and opinions they have on how to enact an agenda successfully.
But, I mean, we had Ted Cruz at the convention. Even at the convention, he would not endorse Donald Trump, was getting booed. Is this a matter of, people like Cruz realizing there's a new sheriff in town?
Well, there is a new sheriff in town. I mean, that's the reality. But I think more than what they realize is what Donald Trump realizes. And it's his attitude and his vision to say, if you want to get on board to enact an agenda that will move this country forward and have real change, I'll take you. And I don't care where you were prior to this, whether you supported me or not. If you're the best person, if you've got a great idea, I want to hear it. I want you part of the team.
So he's not holding a grudge.
Look, his actions speak louder than his words, right? I mean, he is bringing people from national security, foreign policy, economic policy. He laid out his views in the campaign: immigration, job creation, national security. And the people he's surrounding himself are the best and the brightest to make those policies.
What's going on with Rudy Giuliani? Because everyone expected he'd be one of the early ones. That he has been by Donald Trump's side from the beginning, was criticized for being so strong for him, and there's a lot of speculation, as you know, that maybe he has confirmation problems, some of his ties financially and whatnot. Is that true?
Well, first, he continues to be a great supporter of Donald Trump and provide him with advice and ideas about how to enact that agenda. He's one of those top people. There's no announcement yet on any additional posts, so I mean,
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to,
Come on, Sean, we haven't had one in 3 minutes. We want one now.
He's clearly a respected part of that team. He's been unbelievably successful, not only in business, but obviously as a mayor, as someone who helped rebuild New York City after 9/11. And so Mr. Trump continues to rely on his counsel.
Now, something that is new to us, at least, with the transition team is apparently you have buckets of landing teams. You have 3 landing teams. There's national security, the economy, and domestic policy.
That's right.
The first one is national security. Yep. So that would make sense why Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Explain how the
so there are 3 landing teams, if you will. Today, the National Security Landing Team, which is Department of State, Department of Defense, the National Security Committee, and the Department of Justice launch. What that means is individuals designated by President-elect Trump will go meet with people designated by the White House in those respective departments and agencies. And they will begin to talk about the transition that will occur in January, what jobs need to be filled, how they get filled, what forms, everything down to the minutia, to the big agenda type of things. And they will work on behalf of the Trump team to make sure that they have a successful transition. And then, as you mentioned, on Monday, we start going to economics and then domestic policy and all the agencies. And one by one, those names come up on the website this morning. You'll start seeing, each of them is a list of individuals who are, again, very, very qualified, high-level people who are experts in those fields that will help make a successful transition.
So we can expect personnel announcements that dovetail with that action on Monday and Wednesday, I would.
Well, these landing teams are not hires. They are liaisons. They are people that Mr. Trump and Governor Pence feel as though will help them transition in these key departments and agencies. They are not hires. They are just people working to make sure there's a smooth transition. But in the coming days and weeks, I'm sure we'll continue to peter out.
On your website, the transition website, you were looking for 4,000 people. It's a lot of positions to fill. We're hearing that you're getting applications every
Yesterday
day.
cleared 50,000. And again, you look at the people who are coming into Trump Tower. Fred Smith, and I mean, there are these high-quality business leaders, military leaders, foreign policy.
He was just delivering a FedEx, though.
No,
right?
I don't think he does that anymore. But then you look at the number of people who are putting their resume in to fill some of these 4,000 plus jobs that will be part of the Trump administration. Same type of high-quality, high-caliber people that share that vision that Donald Trump.
He said he was going to create jobs. Now he's creating 4,000, right?
The big question: how many resumes for press secretary at the White House?
I'm sure there's a ton
You
of.
know of
Who are
any
the
that
top
have come in?
three?
Well, they got yours.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Spicer.
Oh,
We've known each other about 25 years.
You want the job?
Look, I will tell you this: if Donald Trump asked me to do anything, I would do it. It has been an honor to be a small part of this process. But he and Reince Priebus have been two amazing people to me. I would do anything that they asked. Nothing's been asked.
All right, Sean Spicer, we thank you very much for dropping
Thanks for
by.
having me.
Thanks for coming in today.
Tell us
bet.
about the landing teams. That's a cool idea.
It is.
Is that Trump's idea?
I wish I could say it was. I don't know that.
Fine.
But they're launching.
They are launching today.
Today.
All right, thank you, sir.
Well,
All right.
Heather has